Hey, 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 happy Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Trust your Friday is treating you well. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Counting ourselves fortunate to have seen this day or to have made it this far. So a few days ago, or yeah, 2 days ago exactly, I was supposed to do a content on work abroad, opportunities to apply as a healthcare professional abroad. And normally before I undertake such discussions, I have to do my research to make sure I'm feeding people the right information. And because I know majority of people who watch me are Ghanaians, Nigerians, and stuff like that, you know, obviously I have to do my part of the research before. I have to make sure that what I am going to say is beneficial to everyone, especially those that watch me, you know, most of you from West Africa. And you know, I did my research and I realized that it's not really worth it. It's not really worth it. Why? Because I decided to give that application a try. So basically, there is the Irish state, the Irish government is offering a relocation package for health professionals to come work in Ireland. And I know this this thing has been ongoing for a while now, and obviously people have been applying, and it's still, you know, they are still in need of healthcare professionals. But as someone who has who has experience living in Ireland and knowing how the system is over there, and when I talk of the system, I talk of being non-Irish, being a non-indigenous Irish living in Ireland, some of the challenges you face as an African. And you'll be surprised to know, like, it's very shocking. See, I have come to the conclusion that I know every country, it's values patriotism, let me put it that way. Every country values patriotism, and the Irish, like everyone else, aim to give preference to their own people before any other person, as in someone who isn't an indigenous Irish. Yeah. And that thing is so much of a priority. Yeah, it's so much of a priority that sometimes you feel so disheartened living in Ireland. So we know there is a 1964 agreement that makes it okay for British citizens or UK citizens to move and work in Ireland, live in Ireland, and the same, like vice versa. And as someone who has lived in the UK for a very long so heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking in terms of securing jobs. It was so heartbreaking that the only way you can get a job, to do, or one of the ways for an Irish to get a job is by working with an agency. Yeah, because I found myself applying for certain jobs, yeah, and I went to the extent of, they call me for interview, I go for the interview, they, it was so impressive. And there and then that you are getting the job, because they take your bank details and everything. And then they tell you to go. Only for you to go and not hear from them till over 3 months later before they write to you and say, unfortunately, you've not been successful in the job. Blah, 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 blah. And this particular company I'm talking about, it will shock you to know that a few months later, I was sent by an agency, the agency I was working with, to go work for that company, to go do a relief shift for the same position they had denied me. And apparently the person they gave the job to, I think left not long after. The person left, and so I went to cover that job, and they were so impressed, with the job I had done for them, because I've never been there, I've never worked there. It was only my first day going there. And sometimes it takes you a while to pick up or to get used to. Like if you go to a job for the first time and you don't know what you need to do, how things are done, and blah blah blah, it will take you a while to be able to understand. But I went there and I did the job as if I have been working there for long. See, and that's the thing about me, I love my job so much that it will only take me knowing the routine for that particular place to be able to perform, very well for the company. That is why I like going or working for different clients and going to different places. Plus, I don't get bored, because I'm the type that gets bored being at one place for a very long time. So that was what happened. I performed so well that the same person that interviewed me, in fact, when he saw me, he's like, have we met? And I'm like, yes, we have. And he's like, where? And I'm like, oh, I came for an interview, a few months ago. And he's like, oh. So after my work, he wanted to ask whether I will be available to, temporarily work for them. And I'm like, no, unfortunately, I'm not interested. This is what I do a lot of the times, because I know myself. I know how good I am. I know, how, because everywhere I go to, whichever client I work for would normally want to have me back there. That is me. So I am such that I pick and choose. If I come to work for you and I feel mistreated, or I don't get that accorded respect, believe you me, I'll never come there again, or I'll even walk out. That is me. It's not about the job. It's not about how nasty, how difficult, how demanding the job is. It's about the people I work with. You know, it's about the attitude of the people I work with. That would make me want to come back or just blacklist you as someone I would never work for. So that is me. So, you know, as I said, this is the experience, you know, and it is an Irish thing. Believe you me, it is an Irish thing. One of the challenges getting a job in, apart from care, and even with the care self, to do care work in Ireland, you need to have the care qualification. You need to have at least the MVQ or whatever it's called, City and Guilds in care, before you can do care work, you know. And for the care, the Irish themselves, they don't like it. Indigenous Irish, they don't like it so much. Those that you see working in care are those in you know, in management positions, you know, so though they don't get to do all the dirty work or all the demanding and heavy and whatever task that there is to be done. So that is why you notice that most of the jobs that are available in Ireland for immigrants, cleaning, yeah, number one is cleaning, then healthcare, then what's the name, KP, kitchen porter, catering assistant. Those are the sort of jobs. And as I said, the best way or the quickest way to get a job in Ireland is you know, through an agency, because the agencies will send you to cover shifts in places that, you know, you do not stand a chance. You will never stand a chance, because the priority is always the indigenous Irish citizens. And it is not just, well, yes, it is mainly on the aspect of jobs, you know, because apart from the applying for jobs and stuff like that, I studied in Ireland. And in my cohort, or in our class, we were a few Africans, you know, in the class. And part of the course was for us to do an elective in a company. It's more like an attachment. Do a few weeks with a company, you know, you know, as a work experience kind of a thing. And that, if you're able to get that placement, like do a few weeks placement with a company, if you're able to get that placement, then you don't get to do a certain module on the course. And the same way, none of us Africans within the class were able to get anywhere to do the placement. You would apply to companies, you would approach companies, and the thing is, the sound of your name alone, once your name doesn't sound Irish, once you do not bear an Irish name, then forget it, you know. Because I walked into companies that were within my locality, you know. I write to them, I go there personally, and they are like, oh, sorry, we have a few students already we are, you know, taking care of, you know. And none of us, yet you have companies coming into the school to do talks, to advertise, to encourage students, to tell students that we have places available, we want you, we want, you know, people from this institution. So, you know, and blah blah blah, you hear from us. And And then you all apply, and you realize that all your Irish mates will come back with the good news. Oh, I've been provisionally offered a place. I've been provisionally offered a place, you know, pending my final results. And then you are like, so, you know, we all applied. How come we didn't get it? How come we didn't get it? See, so that is my observation and my experience living in Ireland. That is the only downside. Apart from that, as I said, I love the countryside. I love the environment. I just love the place. I just love the place. But these were the challenges, and it did not matter that I was holding a British passport. I still experienced it. Why? Because my name never sounded Irish, or my name doesn't sound Irish. Therefore, I'll stand no chance. I stand no chance being shortlisted for anything or being given a chance. But, you know, let the agency send you to go cover a shift. You will go there and they would love the work you have done. They will love you. They will ask for your number. They will ask for your number and say, oh, can we give you a call if we need you? Can we? And then I'll go, if I like the place, I'll go, okay, I'm happy for you to take my number and to find out if I'm available to come work for you or not. You see? So these are some of the things I want people to know when you are making that bold decision to relocate abroad on these jobs. Because I have people who have been offered jobs and moved to Ireland, professionals, tech professionals, medical professionals. They have met me in Ireland, and their spouses are jobless. Their spouses are, you know, left without jobs because they didn't come through the company, and therefore they are now forced to either start going through agencies or even to start looking for jobs that are below their qualifications, as in cleaning jobs, care jobs. Yeah. So if you want to move to these places, these are some of the things you need to consider. Because sometimes you might think that, oh yeah, I've been given a COS, I've been given sponsorship opportunity, I'm moving with my family and blah blah blah. You move with your family, all right. Bear in mind that you are going on a contract, and whatever contract that these companies are offering you, that is how much you get paid. That is how much you get paid. And the trick or the secret about these contracts is that sometimes you are offered less. You are offered less than, you know, what someone who is already in the country will be offered. And Ireland is one of the most expensive places to live in. Accommodation is very expensive. Food, I think now because of Brexit, Ireland is far better in terms of food than England. Yeah, it is. But cost of living, Ireland is one of the most expensive places to live in the West. So, you know, do you think your earnings will be able to keep your family till your spouse manages to get a job? You see, and most of the women in Ireland don't work. They are home keepers. Like, they stay home and look after the kids. So until the kids are older, and then they are back into work. So you go in there. Are you prepared? Are you prepared that in case your spouse, say your wife, if it's the man getting the job, in case the wife doesn't get a job, do you think your income can, your entire family can survive on your income? And some of the areas are rough. There was a news item on a family that lived in one of the areas in Tala, African family. They were terrorized on a constant basis, to the point whereby their house was like, the people tried to force, the hooligans in the area tried to force themselves into their house by breaking their doors and their windows, and anyway, but put that aside. Why did I say I didn't want to do this content? So the HSE, that's the Health Service Organization, Health Service Executive in Ireland. That is the alternative for NHS in the UK. In Ireland, is offering overseas workers an amount of about 4,700, just under 5,000, relocation, relocation amount to come work in Ireland. And healthcare professionals, nurses, doctors, physiotherapists, radiographers, midwives, everyone, they are asking you to come work in Ireland, and they will pay you a relocation amount. Not only that, they will also pay you the expenses to convert your qualifications and do the necessary training needed to get to the standard that you need. So I went online as a candidate, put my name, put everything in, and then I got to the part where I needed to choose the country I am from. I selected Ghana, and it goes, we are sorry, we are not recruiting from your country at the minute. Nigeria, we are sorry, we are not recruiting from your country at the minute. And then I go, okay, if you are in need of foreign workers, is it not an equal opportunity thing? Is it not an equal opportunity thing? So why are some of these countries, eliminated? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why are some of, so why say international? Just say you only want people from other EU countries. Just say you want people from other EU countries. I know they do recruit a lot of Filipinos, they do recruit a lot of Indians, but what is all this? What is all this? You get it? So all of you, those so-called African content creators who go about deceiving people about, move to Ireland with your family, move to the UK, move to this, move to that. I wonder if half of them do their research properly before putting out all those content and trying to mislead people. See? So all I'm trying to say to you guys is this: be very conscious, be careful of all these opportunities you think that have been presented out there. Stop fooling people. Stop making people, or stop giving people false hope. Stop giving people false hope. It is not every country that these countries are recruiting from. It is not every country. You know, it is not every country. And if you live in any of these countries and you are advising people, or you are telling people there are opportunities for them to apply, then make sure that you are also telling them of the challenges, some of these challenges. Like I said, guys, there's difference between reality and fantasy. There is difference between a huge difference between reality and fantasy. Yes, we live in these places, but if we tell you some of the things that we have to pass through, you know, some of the things, like you go to work as an African, and then you find yourself being bossed about, being told what to do by the person that is supposed to be assisting you. Yeah, these are some of the realities. So forget about, I know you might say, oh, you don't care. You will care. You will care, because it will get to a point whereby you will ask yourself why you have to put up with all that. Ask yourself, why do I have to put up with all of this? So anyway, I will still put the link down there, because you might never know when they will change their mind and decide to add African countries, or some of places like Ghana and Nigeria to the list. Maybe if they get tired, or if they get tired of asking people to apply and no one is they are not getting the required numbers, I'm sure they'll be forced to now allow Nigeria and Ghana and all those other African countries to apply for these positions. Other than that, you guys stop allowing people to chop your hard-earned money. Stop paying all these agencies. Best way to relocate is doing it professionally. Get your contract while you are abroad. Have everything written down. And make sure that your partner also gets the same before you come. If you are not sure about the entire family, always come first, see how the place is, do your preparation, prepare for your entire family to join you later on. That is the best way to relocate. Thank you, and I wish you a very lovely